anything I can recycle, have you?
How do you make money for nothing?
Wow, look at that.
The answer could be hiding in over 20 million tonnes of household waste thrown out by us every year.
Well, don't get rid of it too quickly. This stuff looks amazing.
That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I'm a passionate maker, buyer and user of old stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I make new stuff out of old stuff and I sell it for a profit.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers...
Don't know what to say.
Did you drag it here behind the truck?
She can transform her finds into desirable...
It's enormous.
Valuable...
Isn't that fantastic?
and hopefully saleable items.
It's just giving me goosebumps.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
Thank you very much. Marvellous.
Today, Sarah is in Surrey at the Whitley Recycling Centre, where she's on the hunt for 3 items she can transform from trash to cash. It's a tough task, but she's done it before, and I'm sure she'll do it again. So, how do you like them apples?
Well, I'm not too keen on the bushes and the grass trimmings, but I know fabulous things will come in here today. All I've got to do is get them from there before they get in there.
She's been given special permission to roam the recycling centre, and for her, a day at the dump is like a trip to a chic boutique. There's nothing that could make her happier. She's got a smile like a crocodile.
Get down here with your rubbish. Make it snappy.
Will the junk in James's trunk keep Sarah grinning?
Stop, stop, stop. They're all beautifully cut up. What's going on?
Well, it wouldn't go in the boot in random lengths, so I did actually cut it up all the same length.
It's new floor time, is it?
Indeed, it's going down as we speak.
How old is it? Do you know what age the house
1926, house was built.
is? Right.
I've lived there 30 years and thought we ought to have a change.
Fantastic. Well, it's my lucky day that you've done it today. Would you mind if I took it rather than it
No.
goes in there?
Where would you like me to put it?
I think I'll go and grab a trolley
Okay.
and get it loaded up.
Okay.
I've had things like this before, and I know, it's just limitless. It's
Yeah.
lovely timber. The old stuff is
dry.
normally grown longer and slower, and it's not quite like the modern
Yeah.
timber, so it's quality stuff. Even though it looks like this,
Yeah.
it's going to be lovely.
Super.
Sarah's not the only one smiling now. James is happy the wood's not going to waste.
When you finished it, I should go, why did I think of that?
Okay, well, I'm taking that as a challenge.
OK.
Thanks so much.
Lovely to meet you.
And you.
Bye-bye.
What does James think Sarah could make?
You could make a raft, but I'm sure it'd be more exotic than that. I'm full of hope for it. It'd be really nice.
Well, every day I hope that something turns up like this. A whole trolley full of fantastic raw materials with just heaps of potential. I reckon there's something lovely to be made out of this lot.
Sarah knows just the fellas to help her turn potential into profit. This is Josh, and this is his best mate, Ollie. Together, they've forged a name for themselves as designer makers with an eye for quirky cool.
When Sarah turns up with whatever she's managed to find at the tip, it's like problem solving. So you're faced with a problem and you've got to then turn that into a product. And it's really good. It's difficult and challenging, but it's a good process, isn't it?
Yeah, makes us think of new ideas that we wouldn't have otherwise thought of.
Better get your thinking caps at the ready, boys. Sarah's got a treat for you. Sarah's first item is in the bag, but there's still 2 to find. At the tip, the trash ranges from a hefty to the humble.
Look at who's in the passenger seat up here.
And it's not just the trash. You meet all kinds of creatures here, both great and small. Here's hoping Claire's got something great for Sarah.
Hello, hello. Hi there.
Hello.
Is that going in there?
Well, it's going in the wooden one.
Yeah. I think it's really cool. May I have a look at it? Is it a trolley?
It's just an old, it's just an old trolley, which I haven't got any use for anymore, sadly.
It's really quite cool. Have you had it a long time?
Golly, I grew up with it. I remember it, well, it was in the TV room as I was a child. So it's, Mum and Dad have downsized, so I've got quite a big job of sort of clearing all the clutter.
I hear that story a lot. I hear it.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely like the cut of their jib. That is such a great retro style.
Right.
This little drinks trolley is in the Danish modern style, which was very popular in the 60s and 70s. Danish modern furniture is known for its crisp, clean lines and quality craftsmanship.
About 5 years ago, people weren't quite ready for this kind of retro look, but now they are gathering it up as fast as they can. So I would love to take this and see if I can find a new home for it. Would that be okay?
Yeah, sooner than put it in the skip. I'd be interested to see what you could do with it, but yeah.
Brilliant. Well, that's fantastic. I shall gather that up. So thank you very much.
Okay.
Is Claire happy to see Sarah toddle off with her trolley?
Well, I'm delighted that she thinks she can do something with it. Glad that it won't go to waste and it's not on the skip. I was rather fond of it. I grew up with it, so if she can do something with it, I would be delighted.
I think that this could be updated, it could be painted, we can pretty much do what we like to this, but there's money to be made here because this retro styling is just what people are after.
Let's meet the maker Sarah's chosen for this item. Daniel Heath has a passion for all things salvaged and sustainable. He's an award-winning fabric and wallpaper designer who loves adding artistic flair to bespoke furniture pieces.
I like the challenge of working with salvage material. You've got a material that you can give a second life to, and it's got a history that's built into that. And you're making it have some new character and then putting it back out there again. So that's extremely satisfying.
Let's hope Daniel doesn't think Sarah's off her trolley when she shows him this. Sarah's got dump discoveries for Josh and Ollie and Dan, but now she needs to find an item she can work on. Is there potential loot in Barry's boot?
Hi there. You dropping off anything exciting?
Well, I don't know about that. My brother used to do photo developing years ago and dumped it at my house, so I was about to dump it here.
Can I have a look?
Yeah, sure.
Looks quite cool, doesn't it? No, well, is it just me? It's just
for you,
me, isn't
maybe,
it?
not for me. It's junk as far as I'm concerned.
So that was nice of him to leave it with you. How long have you had it?
Found it in the loft.
Right.
This is a light projector used for enlarging photos. It was made by Zenit, a Russian manufacturer who throughout the Soviet era exported cameras and equipment to the UK. They were popular due to their quality and durability.
Is that something that rather than throwing it away, I could take away and have a little play with and see if I can develop anything with it?
You can do whatever you want.
Really?
And if it's no use, you can throw it away for me.
Fantastic. Well, it would be great to come back and find you and show you if I can do something with it.
Okay.
Would that be all right?
That'd be fine, yeah.
Thank you so
Don't
much.
drop it.
Oh, no.
Thanks, sir.
Precious cargo. Have a lovely day.
Right, bye-bye.
Any ideas, Barry, as to what Sarah might transform your trash into?
I have no idea.
OK, well, answer me this. What do you think attracted Sarah to it?
I have no idea why she would want it and what she's going to do with it.
All right, OK. What about making some money? Will Sarah be able to turn a profit from it?
I have no idea. Haven't got a clue.
Oh, yeah, all right, let's just move on.
I love it when a little box of tricks like this turns up. I mean, there's so many pieces in here, and it's got some lovely industrial-looking detail to it. Loads of different bits and pieces. Got to be able to come up with a bright idea about what to do with it. Just have to see what develops.
Sarah has saved 3 items from the skip. Josh and Ollie will take on the floorboards. Daniel will work his makeover magic on the trolley. And the photography equipment is for Sarah to transform.
Well, we've had a top day here, and I reckon I've got some real gems out of the rubbish. But now I've got my work cut out. I've got to turn all of that lot into a load of hard cash.
This is Chichester in West Sussex. It's known for its quiet country charm and grand, imposing architecture. It's also got a vibrant music, film and art scene. It's home to my favourite bearded boy wonders, Josh and Ollie. Hold on a minute, Ollie's here, but where's Josh? Oh, right, now stop your showing off and get back to... Whoa! Did you see that? He's so cool. Yay! I wonder what this dynamic duo's reaction will be to Sarah's latest tip treasure.
Sarah always brings us something a bit random, but we like kind of working out how we can turn it into something desirable.
Good luck with this one.
Hi, guys. I've been shopping at the tip. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Looks cool.
Yeah? So, obviously, you know what they are, but they've got slight problem on the back.
Oh.
Isn't that horrible?
If you've been shopping, Sarah, I hope you've kept the receipt, as these may have to go back. On closer inspection, the floorboards are more damaged than Sarah first thought, and the majority are covered in tar.
The tar on the back might be a bit of an issue. It'll take a lot of time
to scrape off.
They're pretty smashed up, but I think once we get past that, you know, they've got so much character from all this black and plaster and paint on there. I think they'll be really nice boards when they're finished up.
Ah, Josh, that's the positive, can-do attitude that keeps us coming back.
So what are we going to do with all of these?
I reckon maybe a dining table or something like that.
OK. Yeah, I can see why. I mean, there's so much material here. There's heaps of it.
They'll make, like, a really nice top out of it all. Kind of like mosaic-y.
Yeah, kind of like a herringbone diamond pattern kind of thing.
Yeah, some kind of like...
Geometric.
Parquet kind of pattern on the top.
Sounds bang on, doesn't it? I mean, that I can see immediately this sort of lovely chevron-y thing going on.
Yeah, to do the top, we would cut plywood top.
Yeah.
And then arrange all of this however we want to do it, and then put like a lip around it. So it could be as long as a board of ply.
OK, so that's the full sheet, is it, that one?
2.4 metres, yeah.
That would be huge, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
that would be great.
A big boy.
There's big plans being hatched here. Sarah and the boys have agreed a budget of £1,100. It's a hefty price tag, and for it, Sarah's demanding a high-end designer dining table that will appeal to buyers looking for luxury.
To see what we've got here now, which is basically on the edge of unsalvageable because of the state of it, if you can transform it into something that, you know, people want to touch, rub their hands all over and sit at, then that's going to be a real achievement. And I don't envy you trying to convert that into high-end luxury, but good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking it on, and I can't wait to see it. I know it's going to be amazing. Get to it. Get to it.
That's it, boys. She's cracking the whip.
They have got a really clear vision of what they want to create, but they are going to have their work cut out if they're going to transform that rubbish into something really high-end.
It's a big job with a big price tag. £1,100. This parquet floor-style dining table will need to be spectacular if Sarah's going to make a profit from it. The sun is shining on East London. Over the last decade, the East End has undergone a transformation. Once synonymous with Cockney geezers and pearly kings, it's now home to young, hip and happening designers like Daniel. Daniel thrives on a challenge, and Sarah's brought him everything from slabs of stone to rusty metal. But what will he make of this trolley? Tough to transform or easy peasy?
Sarah's on her way. As ever, excited about what bounty she will bring to me today. I hope it's a little bit easy because some of the things we've done recently have been challenging. Hello, how you doing?
I'm really well, how are you?
I'm all right, yeah.
Check this out then.
OK.
Little teak tea trolley. What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah,
Comes off.
OK.
In fact,
yeah, that's...
I think it's been used with that upside down for its entire history because it looks to me like it should go that way up.
Oh, yeah.
Which is now created a brand new trolley.
There you go, Daniel, me old mate. Easiest transformation ever. Sorry, fella, job's not done yet.
Do you fancy it then? Because I thought it was quite a cool piece of design.
Yeah, this is really, really flat and unspoiled, so fairly easy to work on, hopefully.
Do you think you could print on that, Dan?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a good piece, and I think, yeah, we'd want to keep it functioning as it is. I don't think it's worth changing its use. But I think, yeah, changing the wheels, because they're really plasticky, and we could do something a bit fancier, I reckon.
So Daniel's aiming for a bit of fancification on this one by printing one of his original designs onto the trolley top surface. Sarah thinks the retro style of the trolley is bang on trend, and with Daniel's makeover magic, it could be a real money maker.
So a quick zhuzh up, put a figure on that then.
So I think we can probably zhoosh it up for about 100 quid.
Great. I think that is the appropriate kind of price tag for it because the most stylish trolley in the world, it is what it is, isn't it?
Still going to be a trolley.
Yeah. Well, that sounds great.
OK.
Give us a shout when it's ready.
Great, will do.
I always get excited about the prospect of quick zhushing up. But what about Daniel?
I'm really, really pleased with this. She's bought me just a really simple piece, and it could be a lot fresher and nicer when it comes out of here, so that'd be good.
The plan of action is a quick and easy style upgrade for £100. I'm not sure Daniel does quick and easy, though. From the urban streets of Walthamstow to the quiet countryside of Sussex. Sarah's dropped off the floorboards and the trolley, and now back at home she can get cracking with her own item.
Come on then.
The Russian-made photography kit. On hand to offer assistance is Bramble.
This way. I think this is really quite a cool thing, and I'd really like to see what it looks like together. Have a little play with it, because who knows, it might even inspire what we do with it.
The equipment may have come from Russia, but it's been lacking in love in recent years. The name's Moore. Sarah Moore, licensed to drill.
Never seen anything like this before.
The kits were very popular in the 60s and 70s, meaning second-hand ones can be found online for around the £30 mark. Sarah's hoping to up her profit margin, so what's she thinking to create with this? A wristwatch with hidden laser beam? An umbrella come rocket launcher? Oh, I know, an attaché case / jetpack.
What I'd really like to do is use some of these lovely, strong, stylish components to make a sweet bit of lighting.
Oh, that's a bit disappointing.
So I've actually found an old clamp that I'm thinking might be a useful addition to take some of these bits and turn it into a much more delicate piece of lighting. But I'd like to use as much of this stuff as possible.
So a light it is, using bits and bobs from the photography equipment and the clamp to create a table lamp. Obviously the jetpack would have been better, but hey-ho.
It's covered in this really sticky stuff, which I think is the foam that has deteriorated from the packaging. Really needs a clean.
That's the type of thing Bramble could be helping with. Where's she got to? Oh, it's a dog's life, all right. If you're planning on upcycling an item into a lamp, bear in mind it will need to comply with United Kingdom regulations on electrical safety.
I think that can go in there.
Which is why Sarah will have the wiring replaced and an on-off switch fitted by a qualified electrician.
This is a bit like a technical jigsaw puzzle because I feel like I've got all the components here to make something really lovely, a simple piece of classic lighting. It's just going to be working out which order to put them together in to make the most effective piece of lighting. That could be it.
Sarah already had the clamp she's using as a base sitting in the shed. She's bought a new flex switch and bulb, the cost of which, added to the expense of an electrician, will give Sarah a total spend of £40.50p. That's a pretty penny. Let's hope she can turn a profit on it. In West Sussex at Josh and Ollie's workshop. The boys are getting down to business, transforming the floorboards into a grand dining table. This piece of plywood will be the base layer which the floorboards will be placed onto. But first, it needs cut to size. The lads want the table to be big. But how big?
600 per person in length.
But then, if we're doing how many person table are we going to make?
Well, it's going to be like 10-seater, wasn't it? So 6. Oh.
But this length, you'd get 4 people either side, wouldn't you?
So it's at least an 8-seater. Oh no. Oh no. 10-seater.
10, yeah.
Yeah. I think we go for that.
Phew, I'm glad that's been decided. Josh and Ollie's plan is to cut up the floorboards and use them to create a geometric pattern on the tabletop. They've divvied up the workload. Josh will be in charge of cutting the timber to size, while Ollie works on the design.
We just want to do something that's a bit interesting and a bit different that hasn't been seen before.
The tabletop design is inspired by parquet flooring. This is an interlinked mosaic of wood placed in a symmetrical pattern. Ollie's adding his own twist to it.
I just like the idea of, rather than just having like a flat pattern like a floor, it has something a bit more interesting going on with it. So that's why I was just including this kind of diamond shape.
With the tabletop cut to size, Ollie is meticulously transferring his intricate design onto the surface. Any mistake with the angles will cause serious problems, so Ollie's using a protractor to get this right. Josh is cutting the floorboards to the required width for Ollie's design, 100mm, using the table saw.
Hopefully, they're all going to be the same. So when we line out our pattern on the table, they should all, like, meet up nicely.
Hopefully. Should. I'm getting a bit worried here, Josh.
So I've plotted out the design.
Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, that looks really cool.
So I guess we get started with these ones then?
Yeah.
That's annoying. I've measured 10mm, 100mm that on the straight and not on there. All slightly off.
Uh-oh. Ollie's made a mistake on his angle measurements, meaning the space for the floorboards is just a teeny tiny bit narrow. Oh, Ollie, it happens to the best of us.
Okay. Are they all like that?
Yeah. That's okay. I just have to draw it out again.
You're going to need a bigger rubber than that, Ollie. At Daniel's workshop in East London, he's busy dismantling Sarah's tip treasure trolley. They agreed that all this little number needed was a quick zhuzhing up.
It's just not glamorous enough. This little trolley needs to be like a little jewel.
Daniel's plan to add a little glam is to screen print one of his own designs onto the trolley top. In order to achieve a good quality print, though, it needs to be perfectly flat.
Because I want to print on this surface, I'm going to see if I can tap these edges off without damaging the piece.
Daniel's doing this job on a tight budget. He wants it quick and easy. So he better be careful not to damage the... Oh, Daniel.
Not a big problem, provided this front edge comes off in one piece. I can then glue it back together, sand it down and restore it.
This will require a firm yet delicate touch. First time.
That was good.
To prime the surface for the print, Daniel is sanding off the varnish to expose the grain of the wood.
It's coming up really, really nicely.
So nicely, in fact, that Daniel has decided to sand down all the parts of the trolley so that he can apply a new stain to it. This zhuzhing up doesn't seem to be so quick after all.
I'm using quite a traditional wood finish. So it just brings out the grain, protects it as well. It gives it that really, really kind of rich finish to the wood.
Daniel is using Danish oil to protect and colour the wood. This method will require multiple coats to achieve the desired finish. It seems Daniel just doesn't do quick and easy. Time now for the jewel in the crown, Daniel's print. He's hoping this will give the trolley the glamour it's crying out for.
I'm hoping it will take well to the wood. I've sanded the wood so it's ready to take the ink. I think when you're working with salvage, you're always going to get some element of unpredictability.
Don't worry, if it goes wrong, you can always wait for it to dry, sand it down and try again. Quick and easy, eh, Daniel? It's all go, go, go with our artisans. But has Sarah got to grips with her photography kit to table lamp transformation?
Well, I think that is basically what I need to go for. I think I've harnessed the style and know what I'm aiming at, but I think we could be onto something.
Does Sarah still have that golden touch? Will we be shaken and stirred by her table lamp? Let's find out. Here it is, for your eyes only. It's a classic piece of Sarah styling, mixing parts of the photography kit with the freestanding clamp to create an industrial chic retro table lamp. It has a modern urban look with a touch of vintage va-va-voom. Sarah employed a qualified electrician to change the cable flex and add an on-off switch, making sure it was certified safe to sell. Some people say you only live once. In the case of this Russian photo kit, perhaps you only live twice is more apt.
Well, that is definitely from Russia with love now. I've added a silk-covered flex, a nice Russian-looking inline switch, and I think altogether, kind of works.
Barry was about to sling his brother's old photography equipment in the skip before Sarah stepped in.
My brother used to do photo developing years ago and dumped it at my house, so I was about to dump it here.
It was saved just in the nick of time. Wheeler dealer that she is, Sarah sold it to London-based antique shop Joseph Berry Interiors in Surbiton. Now Sarah is in Godalming. But is there a profit for Barry?
Hello there.
Hello, Sarah.
How are you doing?
Not so bad, you?
Yeah, very well. Nice to see you. So, when I saw you at the recycling centre, you were throwing out, it wasn't your camera
It was a
kit.
developing kit or some such thing. I don't know what it was.
It had a really strong industrial look to it. I was trying to think of something to make out of it that would be a moneymaker. I thought, brutal, Russian, let's go lighting. So, here's how it ended up. What do you think?
That's good. Not what I expected, but very good.
Because of the way it worked, it already had a lamp and the fitting in it, so it was a quick and easy conversion to make a fun bit of lighting. And I've got a little bit of profit too. I've got £4.50 there and another 30 quid there to go with it. So £34.50 for your old camera kit.
Excellent result. Thank you very much.
Is that a surprise?
Absolute shock.
It was for me as well, because I looked at it and I thought, it's Russian, it's industrial, how am I going to make it into something beautiful? But actually, it sort of came together. What might you do with £34.50?
Well, my brother's the nominal owner, or was. His son goes to university next year.
Right.
So I was thinking, they probably don't use textbooks these days, but I suspect it will be absorbed into his running costs.
Fantastic, thank you
Thanks
so
so
much.
much, Sarah.
OK, I hope he finds a use for that.
I'm sure he will.
Not in the bar. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much, Sarah.
Sarah spent £40.50 creating the lamp. She sold it for 75 quid, giving Barry £34.50p, which his uni student nephew can spend on a round of drinks. Sorry, I mean pencils, pens and ring binders. Sarah's back at Josh and Ollie's workshop in West Sussex to see if they have risen to her challenge to create a spectacular designer dining table.
I've come to see Josh and Ollie and to find out if that pile of broken, battered old floorboards really does have any potential at all. I left them with a huge budget and so much work to do. Let's hope they pulled it off.
For decades, these floorboards have been stood on and stamped upon. Now, it's their time to shine. Josh and Ollie have come up trumps yet again. The design hints at traditional parquet flooring of the past while feeling fresh and funky. The floorboards have been finished with a clear varnish, which highlights the natural patina of the wood. The legs have been made with reclaimed pine and given a charred finish, which creates a smooth matte black colour. This brings out the grain and protects the wood. Sarah wanted spectacular, and I think she's got it. But let's find out from the boss herself.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hey.
How you doing?
How are you?
Yeah, good. You all right?
I can tell why you're good. Oh, that's such a relief.
Yeah? What were you expecting?
Well, I left you with those floorboards, so I wasn't expecting... I was expecting something tricky. I thought it would be sort of rougher and less geometrically beautiful. It looks like it must have taken ages.
It did take a while, the top.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
I absolutely love the finish, because you haven't overworked it, have you?
Once we nailed them down, then we gave it like a little wire brushing. But yeah, we just really wanted to keep that original like patina that was left on there, because it's so nice.
I think that because of that, it'll go into all sorts of different houses. If it was highly polished, there'd be people who have antique furniture who couldn't have something like this in their house because it would really stand out. And that's quite cool for selling.
Yeah, yeah.
And size-wise, people will be able to do good family dining, loads of stuff in the middle. I mean, have you thought how many people actually sit at this?
Well...
Yeah.
Oh no, let's not start this again, please.
8 to 10.
Yeah. I mean, 10 at a real squeeze, I think. But
Yeah.
like Probably comfortably 8.
Yeah, if you wanted, you could get quite a few people round, I think.
Quite a few. That'll do for me. One number everyone agreed upon was the budget. This was a big job with a budget to match, £1,100. The boys have hit it bang on.
I have high hopes this will be into a family home, really quickly, because I've never seen anything like it.
Cool. Well, good.
It's a one-of-a-kind masterpiece from Josh and Ollie.
Well, I think that is a lovely piece of design. They have managed so much with just a pile of floorboards. That can go into a bar, into a restaurant, or a great addition to a family home. That is a cracker.
The old floorboards belonged to James, and all he could think to do with them was sling them in the skip. So he was happy to hand them over to Sarah.
I'm full of hope for it. It'll be really nice.
I don't think you're going to be disappointed, James. Sarah invited Amanda to view the table. She's from vintage and antique boutique Allinson Duke in County Durham.
Really, really beautiful. Wow.
Amanda was impressed, but in order to make a profit, Sarah had to sell it for over £1,100. Now she's in Surrey to show James what became of his floorboards and perhaps hand over some cash.
Hello, James.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Nice to see you.
Yeah, and
It's
you.
a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
And so have your renovations finished? Because this is a house, wasn't it?
We're done, yes. My new floor's down.
Lovely.
And the old floor is gone.
Well, it has gone, but it's not been forgotten.
Oh, that's nice.
I took them to some really cool guys. They're called Josh and Ollie, and they love old stuff and making it into new stuff. And so I've got some pictures here to show you what happened to your
really?
floorboards.
Great.
Are you ready?
I am. Go on.
I love this, and I'm really excited. Here is a table made out of your floorboards.
Oh, I say. Isn't that brilliant?
Josh and Ollie spent a very long time making beautiful parquet out of them to surface the table, and they kept all of that lovely black stain that was on it originally.
That's brilliant. Well done.
I have to say, I stuck my neck out on this one.
Did you?
And I invested quite a bit of money.
Okay.
In fact, it was £1,100
Okay.
for them to make a table like that. So it's quite difficult to make a profit on that.
Yeah.
But I'm delighted to say we did manage to sell it. It's going all the way to County Durham to a shop. And
Is
I have
it?
got £200 here for you, for your old floorboards.
Hardly a trifle, then. That's super. Well, I'm pleasantly surprised.
200 quid falls in your lap. What are you going to do with that?
I was thinking about a rug.
Fantastic.
And we can probably buy a very nice one for that.
Well, I would be so pleased to think that something like that is going on with that money, and it's right back where it should be.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank
Lovely.
you very much.
Total pleasure. Lovely to
Thank
see you again.
Nice to see
Bye-bye.
you again. Bye-bye.
Sarah spent a whopping £1,100 on the dining table, but sold it for an even whoppinger £1,300, giving James £200 that he'll spend on a new rug. In East London, Daniel is about to reveal the outcome of his quick zhushing up to Sarah.
Well, I'm here to pick up my Danish drinks trolley and find out if Dan's £100 facelift has made it really sing.
This trolley was a stylish little number that had seen better days. Those better days are back again, and they are better than ever. Daniel screen-printed an Art Deco design inspired by the bright lights of the Big Apple. His plan was to add a little glam and make this rough diamond sparkle again. The sheen of the Danish oil finish is silky smooth. From tip to toe, this trolley has never looked so good, and I'm in no doubt Sarah will agree.
Hey, Dan.
Hello, how you
doing?
Yeah, good to see you.
Oh, Dan. How cool's that? It's so fresh.
Yeah.
It actually looks like it is something brand new that's just come out of a design house, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was in very good condition. It just needed a sanding, so yeah, we were quite lucky there.
Oh, Daniel, don't be so humble. You've done great work. I'll big you up if you don't do it yourself.
Where does all the design come from?
The influence for this was New York skyscrapers and architecture. So it's quite blocky, there's some nice sort of detail elements and just a nice combination of shapes.
I'm surprised how crisply it's printed onto here because it is wood. You know, I'd expect it not to be quite so defined, but that is a very sharp finish to it. And did you manage to bring it in on budget?
Yeah, actually it was okay. I mean, the furniture piece was in good condition. The only real cost was replacing the wheels because we wanted to have that little bit of brass detailing.
Well, I think it's beautiful. It's just sharp and fresh, and I love it. Please, can you wrap it up carefully for me?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I will get that collected and off to a new home very soon.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah.
Well, sometimes the simple transformations are the most effective. Dan has given it a lovely, clean, new design, and that trolley is now a fine interiors piece.
Claire was about to toss the trolley in the trash before Sarah saved it.
I grew up with it, so if she can do something with it, I would be delighted.
Well, Claire, prepare to be delighted. Pictures were posted online and the trolley sold to a private buyer. Sarah is at Claire's home to tell her what became of the trolley.
Hi there.
Oh, good morning.
How are you, Claire?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah.
I said I'd come back and find you if there was something to be done with your trolley.
Right.
Now, tell me, it was your parents' trolley, wasn't it?
It was, yes. And we were down in Wales, where I was brought up. And that old trolley just sat in our TV room, and I remember it from my childhood.
We loved its retro style. It had such a strong look. It looked like it was sort of 1960s when it was bought or designed. So we thought that it was worth going to town on it and making it look lovely. So I took it up to Walthamstow to a lovely surface pattern designer called Dan, and I've got some pictures to show you what he did with it.
OK.
Here is your trolley after a makeover.
Oh, my goodness. Goodness, that is so original.
He has screen printed an original design on the top of it and polished it up to bring all that lovely teak right back to where it would have been when it was made, and pop some new casters on the bottom.
Yes.
What do you think?
I think it's super. Absolutely lovely.
It was actually something that was snapped up as soon as he'd done it.
Good. So it's sold already?
It's sold,
Wow.
and it's gone on to a new home.
Yes.
And I've got some profit here as well. I've
Yes.
got £50 here as a little present for your trolley makeover.
Oh, thank you very much. That's super.
Well, it was a great thing to work on. So what might you do with £50 windfall?
Well, it was my parents' trolley, and they are only a few miles from here, and I asked them, and one of the things that was close to their heart was the Army Benevolent Fund, so I'd like it to go to that. Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. Lovely to see you, Anne.
Good. And you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Sarah spent £100 revamping the trolley. It was sold for £150, giving Claire £50 to donate to charity. With a little help from her friends, Sarah has transformed 3 skip-bound items into a pocket full of profit. That's what I call a job well done.
Well, Dan and the Forge Boys proved that my tip finds have real money-making potential. They transformed items that were on the brink of being turfed and made them into amazing bespoke pieces.